Live from Chattanooga, Tennessee, it's Nooganomics with David Tulis.
If you have air conditioning or heater unit problems, make sure you contact Superior Air Systems with the Big Orange Vans. Bill Keith, his number is 886-6602. That's Superior Air Systems in the Big Orange Vans all around Hamilton County, providing relief and mechanical services for those big boxes out in the back of your house or on the noisy side of your business. If you are hungry in Saudi Daisy and have some town business, make sure you go where all the townsfolk go in Saudi Daisy to have lunch or dinner. Lunch is a big time there, and there's a community table. Believe it or not, everybody sits there, and you get to meet all kinds of people, often old, wizened men with ball caps at Wimpy's. And there's a special broiler out in the lot running all the time with very odoriferous smoke curling up out of the shack. And that is for the meat that you can buy and eat at Wimpy's, where the locals hash out local politics. And you will love going there. Deeply Southern. If you're a German in town, or if you're visiting from New York, you want to find out how Southerners live, you go to Wimpy's in Saudi Daisy. Meat and eggs at dawn, omelettes, and at noon, sandwiches or soup or salad. This is David Tulis, and we are here at AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio. And the man standing next to me is somewhat of a curlish man, and he's a little bit uncomfortable at my talking well of another restaurant, because he thinks somehow that he is the only restaurateur in Chattanooga. He thinks that he is the only one here who knows how to cook. And we're going to hear from Paco Fodiatis and his challenge of defiance to the whole Greek world in Chattanooga. He has boldly entered the marketplace, and in Hickson, he's in a very unostentatious little shack, if you will, right opposite a chain restaurant, the Crystal Restaurant in Hickson. He is going to take on the whole world, and he says he can feed not just 50, but he can feed 100, and he can feed 1,000 through his catering business, and that is through two crazy Greeks chicken. His name is Paco Fodiatis. Paco, what brought you here from New York? You are a genuine New Yorker, and you've got something for us Southerners here in Chattanooga. What's the story? Why are you here?
Well, the story is that I'm here because my brother been here 35 years, and he says, you will be a smash here in Chattanooga. So we decided to open up the crazy two Greek restaurant, but it's not a restaurant. It's a Greek dive, don't you know? We got a drive-through. We're right next to the Crystals. General Dollar's in the back, don't you know? It's like this. I brought a slice of heaven to Chattanooga. We are authentic Greek food, but we have a big killer menu. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say big? No, we are a small shack, okay? It is blue and white, but we have a killer menu. We have Greek sliders. We will be the first Greeks to have sliders in Chattanooga. And you know what? Even New York City doesn't even have Greek sliders.
What's a slider? That sounds kind of suspicious to me as a kind of a dumb Southerner.
Well, it's like this. You have your little hamburger sliders. We have our gyro sliders. And if anybody says gyro to me, you're looking at something wrong. It is a gyro slider. Can you understand that? So it's like this. When you come to my place, my brother's place, or my wife or cousin who works there, we are going to serve you hospitality and the right Greek food, which I'm not saying other people don't have the right Greek food, but we are the slider. Can you understand that?
I think my listener understands that. So your name is Paco Fodiatis. That's a very Greek name, and you've lived in 14 states, and you've been here for a very short 3 months. Your last domicile was upstate New York. Are you a New Yorker?
Yeah, well, I've been in New York for 13 years, and the last place I lived was a place called Athens, New York. So imagine this now. My real name is Fotios Frank, and I lived on Franklin Street in Athens, New York, and I was the Greek in Athens. But now I'm in Chattanooga, and I feel very comfortable, and I think everybody's going to like the food because it is homemade. It's not out of a bag. It's not out of a can. It is homemade food. Now, if your belly is hungry, you're coming to the right place. We will not let you go home starving, okay? It'll be more to put in a sack, like you say, here down south. And if you had a buggy or now a supermarket, you'll be filling up your buggy with everything, don't you know? Forget about it.
Now, your little business is recently painted with blue stripes. It can't the passerby who passes by Crystal, your neighbor, can't help but notice the big movements going on at the place that had been opened as another restaurant earlier. You're here with your wife Maria. She's your fourth wife. You have working with you Alexandra, your cousin, and Zachary, your son, who is a student at Saudi Daisy High School. So why you're the father of 6 children, Paco. Now, why Crazy Greeks? And tell us about the other Crazy Greek. There are 2 Crazy Greeks in your restaurant. You're one of them, and your brother been here longer than you.
My brother been here 35 years now. The reason 2 Crazy Greeks because we are crazy, but not in a good way crazy. The thing is, we've been separated now for like about 35 years. He's been living here 35 years. You can't call him a Southerner. You can't call him a Yankee, and you cannot call me a Yankee either. I am American. I live in America. I'm not getting into politics, but the whole idea is I am bringing a slice of Greek heaven to all people in Chattanooga. My son got on the Facebook last night because we made a face page, and there is 20,000 people around me, and I want to give them a taste of the 2 Crazy Greeks, and the taste is wonderful. Believe me, you won't go home starving.
Well, the Facebook page is the 2 Crazy Greeks. The number 2 is the
number 2
Crazy Greeks.
I'm sorry, my son put in there it is the 2 Crazy Greeks, period. But it's okay. Call us because I am not saying all Greek people are crazy. So don't get me wrong, you Greeks out there. We're not saying you're crazy too. Me and my brother are the 2 Crazy Greeks. We are not original. We are not super. We are the 2 Crazy Greeks.
Well, your brother Nicky, you say, has been here for 35 years. Has he become, in this long stay in the South, has he become more Southern? And if he has, what are the aspects of Southernism or Chattanooga-ism that he has taken on, Paco?
Well, my brother got a saying all the time. My brother does not like to curse. He's a church person, and he has this favorite word that he says, hey, golly bum, Frank. Golly bum, Paco. Now, I would say, wow, okay, you're a Southerner. What happened to the New York part of you? Well, 35 years, I guess, being down south makes you a Southerner. Okay, hats off to you, buddy. But Nicky's the quiet one. I am the more crazier Greek than him.
Well, people in the South, Paco, speak more slowly than New Yorkers. They take more time to get their thoughts out. Often what they say is oblique. It's not quite as direct as Northerners. For example, I'm in sales, and it's hard to get people to say, no, I don't want to buy advertising from you. And if they did, if they gave me the courtesy of saying no, I would be able to and tell me why, I could have an answer to the objection. As it is, they say, well, let me think about it, or well, just come back to me in a couple weeks, or check back in a month. They won't simply say no and give me a reason. That's because they're oblique and kind of indirect. And it's kind of a grace that Southerners have. What about you? How are you going to learn maybe a little bit of that Southern way of not always speaking your mind? Because I think that's a very difficult thing for you to do, not speak your mind.
You know what it is? I find everybody's polite, okay? And that's what the world should be about, being very polite. Now, about the advertisement.
That sounds a little bit boring, though.
No, it's not being boring. You got to be polite in this world sometimes, or you can be rude, but rude don't take you too far in this world. When you came to me about a week ago, I said to you, I'll be glad to come on your show, and I'll be glad to promote my business for me, because I know you're going to put it out there. You're going to promote it for me. People are going to hear it. Not just hear it, they're going to taste it. It is so crazy. The food is wonderful. And the thing is, if the whole world knew what Greek food was, you got a menu in front of you. It's boring. You say, oh, French dressing, Italian dressing, Russian dressing. They're all the same. Have you had a Paco's Greek salad? No, you had everybody else's. But once you have Paco's Greek salad, you are not going to say, oh, wow, he was right. This salad is great. It is not like everybody else's. My food is not like everybody else's. But getting back to what you were saying, David, about advertising, you have to advertise. You have to push out there. If you don't push out there, you're going to be stuck on the island. And you want to be on the island all by yourself? Sorry about your luck, like they say. Huh? Can you hear that one?
So 2 Crazy Greeks is a little restaurant. There's no place to sit. You could maybe sit there on the little porch. There's a bit I've eaten sandwiches there in the past, a little bench there. And you can, of course, you can sit in your car. Or you can take it in a bag and go.
Well, it's like this. Come summertime, we're going to put benches out there. We're going to have a carnival trailer, a 30-foot carnival trailer. Half of it is going to be games for the kids, and the other half is going to be an ice cream parlor. How much could you ask for? You got it there. Everything. One-stop shopping. The kids are happy. You're happy. Everybody's tummy's full. And you know, we got a kids menu. We have a hot dog. We got a hot dog called Sabrettes, okay? And then we got chicken fingers, real chicken. We're going to pound the chicken. We're going to beat the chicken up, and we're going to bread it, and we're going to put it on your plate. Fresh chicken, not that Tyson chicken or that type of. I'm not saying it's bad, okay? But we are giving fresh food. But you have everything there. What else could you ask for, David?
Well, let me ask you this, Paco Fodiatis of Two Crazy Greeks, the little hole-in-the-wall eatery in Hickson. How is local economy with its personal service different from national economy? National economy, as we discussed it here on AM 1240 Hot News Talk Radio, is the economy, the business of the giant corporation with its colonial outposts, whether it's in retail shoes or restaurants. Is there a substantive difference between personal food that comes from the hands of you and your wife Maria and the food that comes from the you might say the factory or chain store restaurant? Is there a real difference, or is it just marketing difference?
You're absolutely right.
Is there?
The thing is, it's processed food you get out of a bag. We are giving you fresh food. Now, we're going to take that chicken if we had to and kill it in the back of the store, but we don't have to do that. We're going to buy chicken and we're going to season it ourselves. It is not having any kind of chemicals in it. The thing is, fast food, it is good and bad. Now, we're providing fresh food, okay? Little chains. It's a mom and pop business. It's not a big chain. We're not looking to get rich. We're looking to provide a service to the customer that's going to eat something really good, okay? Now, you can have a hamburger. You have a cheeseburger. But a gyro is going to fill you up, okay? One bite of a hamburger is gone. You got to take 4 bites of a gyro, okay? Now,
gyro.
I mean, you said gyro? I don't want to hear gyro. It's called gyro. It is pronounced gyro. For all you Americans and all Greeks out there, if I hear gyro again, I'm going to go buy myself a gyro and spin it a couple of times. I can't eat that gyro. It spins. I want a gyro, not a gyro. You know what I mean?
Now, you're appealing to the working man, aren't you? How is it you're appealing to the common man, like my listener, who's maybe a little bit not quite common, but he has many common parts to his character?
You know something? You got 4 or 5 kids, or you have yourself. You can come in and order a 2-slider, a 4-slider, a 6-slider, 8-slider. You got kids, okay? The working man has a budget to work on. So we are not going to get rich, okay? We're not going to get poor. We provide a break in the world that everybody can eat and still afford to put a couple of dollars in the bank, okay? Now, you want a pair of shoes at $100? Hey, 100 versus 50. Which one's better, the 100 or 50? The whole idea is we are saving food for the working man and working woman and any child out there, okay, who can afford to eat cheap.
He can ride up in his bike and buy a sandwich.
And definitely. What bike? There's no more bikes, okay? They got these rollerblade things, okay? They're coming down the block. Oh, I want a gyro. What? How many gyros? You said gyro again? Don't say that. It's gyro. It is called gyro. The whole idea is, folks, that I am new in Chattanooga, and I not looking to conquer the world. I've been in business since 1985. And the other half of me has been working hard like I am. We are working hard people, okay?
What kind of businesses have you done, Paco Fodiatis of Two Crazy Greeks?
Yes, I've been in the limousine business. I have another business called, soon coming up, it's still here, Father and Son's Cleanup Crew, okay? Then I got a carnival trailer that I'll be going around Chattanooga. You can rent me. You can have a birthday party, and I'll be there. I've been in limousine business, like I said. I've been in the moving business, but my passion is food. So I've been in the food business 25 years. So it tells you I can pound the chicken. I can stuff a sausage. I can make a rib. I can do whatever you think. I even I cook Spanish food, Italian food, American food, whatever your heart desires.
So it's not just tasty food, but the listener's getting the suggestion, Paco Fodiatis, that when he buys a lunch from you, it's going to really fill him up. It's not going to be just tasty and not quite filling, but filling, tasty and filling. He'll feel satisfied after making his order, right?
Absolutely,
is that right?
Because this way, he's coming for lunch. He might come for dinner. Say, no, he came for lunch. Oh, honey, I stopped at the Two Crazy Greeks. I overate. So I don't know about dinner tonight, baby, okay? Oh, but you know what? We can go there tomorrow for lunch together. Whole idea is you're going to be full, okay? We have some great desserts, which no one has, okay?
Like what?
Okay. Oh, in other words, we have the Cupelli, which nobody knows what that is. It is a powdered sugar cookie with almonds in it. Then we got a semolina. Then we got the real baklava. We don't have your baklava that was sitting there for 3 days. We are making this daily, fresh for you.
Where'd you get the capital for your business, Paco? Where did the money come from to start?
The money came from father and son's cleanup crew and my other businesses that I had, and my brother. My brother works hard too, okay? And that's how we haven't borrowed money. We work very hard, and we open.
How many hours a day does the entrepreneur should the entrepreneur expect to work, Paco?
Well, at least 15 hours a day. Okay, there is not 9 to 5. It is what time you get there and what time you get home. As a child, as 13 years old, since I started working in the food business, I used to wake from 9 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock in the morning. Hey, it didn't kill me. It made me better. It made me strong. It showed you how much a person could do. Okay, work does not kill nobody. I am not a 9 to 5, 5 days. I am 7 days a week. You can call me in the middle of the night. You got a basement problem? Father and sons will be there. You want to eat something? Come home with the right meal.
So it sounds like you and your associates can handle many of life's pressing needs, Paco Fodiati.
Oh my God! I'll put it this way to you. Right now, you got a catering party. We could cater to you. We make reefs.
Is there a maximum size of catering?
No, of course not. I can do 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. All I got to do is get a bigger place down the block. Okay, but that's okay. That little blue and white shack is going to pump out food. It doesn't matter. We work around the clock for the consumer.
Now, the listener's thinking, "Oh, I'm going to be in the Hickson area today. I'm going to drive by." Is Paco's Two Crazy Greeks open yet? When is it
not open yet. We are looking at the following week. Okay. We will advertise it somehow or another, and with you on Facebook, we will be open. Probably, I hope so. Okay, the fire department, if you hear me out there, you need to come inspect my hood. I want to open up my store. What's the matter with you? Forget about it. I'm trying hard here. We got to open up. I got people who are going by and say, what is that little blue shack there? Okay, it's like this, folks. It's Big Greek, I can't even say it no more. Big Greek flavor, little bitty shack. But the whole idea is I'm trying to open. I'm shooting for next Saturday. I wish it was tomorrow, because then after that, I won't be here talking to everybody. I'll be over at the little blue shack.
Yeah, you won't have any time to go on the radio, will you?
No, not at all. But, once in a blue moon, I can get away, I'll just make Maria work extra hard, and Alexandra too. Ha! How you like that?
We are brought to you by Bruce Krebs at Entrepreneur Source. Bruce Krebs he's a corporate headhunter in a way, and what he does is he helps get you, my listener, into a business. Now, what you do in the franchise world is you buy into another man's business. You say, okay, I think you're successful. You've got a good track record. Your outposts elsewhere are prosperous. And so, yes, Bruce Krebs, I will buy into a franchise from you. And if you do, you'll be dealing with Entrepreneur Source. His number is 875-561, 875-5621, and that's Bruce Krebs. Now, you do that when you don't have your own idea. Now, Paco, let me ask you this. Have you ever thought of franchising what you do, or is it too personal, too particular to the Fodiati's clan, you and your brother?
No, not at all. We are. I think by the end of this summer coming up, we would like to branch out. Okay, and do a franchise. Okay, but
that takes a lot of work to develop a franchise plan. That's a huge job.
Let's put it this way: it's a huge job. But the thing is, if you have the right food, the right location, and the right people who eat it, why have just one place where you're gonna have 5? But the thing is, you have to train the people who are going to run it. That means it is family members. So me and my brother.
It starts out with family members, but then you have to train people who are not family members and who are only average, right? If you can get but like the tax.
If that guy wants to represent the Two Crazy Greeks, he has to reach down in his soul and in his heart and say, I need to cook the same way. Once a kitchen changes cooks, the whole world knows that there's somebody else in the kitchen. We want to make sure that it's the right food and still the right food.
What time do you get up in the morning?
I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning.
When the restaurant's open, when will that increase? Will that make you have to get up sooner, or what are your expected hours?
Oh no, I still got to get up at 5 because besides the restaurant and Father and Sons, I got another business called Paco's Express Dogs and More. I'll be located down on Georgia and Martin Luther King. That would be from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, from 5 o'clock to 11 or 12 o'clock at the Two Crazy Greeks. Okay, so I will prep for the next morning for my wife and my cousin to make it easy for them. I don't mind working. I love working.
What's the other business, the dog business? What's that about?
It's a hot dog business.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so Paco's Express Dog. Oh, I saw you thought I'm going to be walking dogs.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
No,
Taking care of mutts.
I'm not a dog walker, but I did have a beautiful white shepherd. Her name was Spirit. Okay, I love dogs. My dog was a listener. She even said to me, Paco, giro.
This is David Tulis and Paco Fodiaris. Thanks for joining us here at AM 1240.
Thank you very much for having me.
He's going to be starting his little restaurant here in Hickson in just a few days. This is David Tulis.